All right, hey y'all. So welcome to this week's Sips and Conversations live. I'm your host, Nancy Ngwa, and please forgive my lighting. Okay, I'm having some ring light issues, so this is what the light is giving. All right, so today I'm just sipping on my new favorite water drink. Okay, La Croix, I think is how you say it. Guava, like it is just like sparkling and refreshing, and it's just so good. So cheers to y'all. And so today we're going to be joined by an amazing guest. Okay, Miss Florence. Florence is like such an incredible entrepreneur. I'm going to let her introduce herself, but she is our African queen, okay, who, let me just go ahead and let's let her right in the room. So y'all raise your glasses. Okay, cheers to Florence. Welcome to Sips and Convo.
Hi, how are
Oh,
you?
hey, beautiful. Oh my gosh, you look
How
so
you
lovely.
doing?
I am doing great. I am
I
so
think
under the
your
weather.
light is better than my.
Is it?
What?
Yeah. So, yeah, I have a lot of
How
light.
you doing?
And it's hot. I'm always hot when I first get on here. I'm doing
Oh, okay.
well. I'm doing well. You look amazing. Your hair is
Thank
giving me
you.
all the light
Thank
that I need.
you.
I'm getting my hair braided tomorrow, and
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm trying to figure out whose styles I'm gonna steal. Okay.
Yeah, just, something simple. It's almost, summertime. So I just
Right.
need, something a little bit different. So,
Yes, you look great. Okay, so let's
okay.
go ahead before we hop right into the conversation. Go ahead and just let everybody, that's right here live or that's going to tune in later know who are you, what do you do, and then we'll kind of hop into the conversation.
Okay. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for having me. I really, really do appreciate that.
Oh,
I'm
of
not taking
course.
this moment for granted. My name is Florence. I'm the owner of Downflow Food, and my parents' company is Downflow Fashion. We started Downflow Fashion over 15 years ago. So we do more of African clothing, more of accessories, more of customized outfit for your weddings. We have different design that we bring in, here and there, just to, bring the trend on. So we started out for over, it's going to be 15 years, I believe, this year.
Wow.
And I think during the pandemic, the Lord, speak to me. And for almost a week, I couldn't get rest. It kept convincing me that I need to take this step. And I started my food line. And I wanted to like, okay, I don't want anyone to associate with, I'm into fashion, why food line again? So I was
Right.
like, okay, you know what? Let me just pick a different name so nobody's gonna know it's me, So and they always feel like, nope, that's what you have to choose the same parent name and you can move it to Downflow Food.
Yeah.
That's where the food part comes in.
Yes.
And I've been doing that. I believe this year is going to be 3 years I've been doing
Wow.
that, and it's been really great.
Yeah.
And by profession, I'm into IT. I do more of data analyst, reporting, stroke business intelligence analyst. So, and I had my first degree, I can't remember, maybe 10 years or 15 years ago. And I just finished up my MBA, I think 2 months ago.
Oh,
So
congrats. Oh my
yes,
gosh.
I'm done.
So much
I'm
excellence.
done with that. So a lot of people don't really know, um, that business is just my passion. I've been doing that while I was little. So so basically, that's a little bit about me. And
Yes.
I'm in IT, and this year will be 8 years that I've been in IT,
Wow.
and 15 years on my fashion work, and
Yeah.
my food line 3 years. So
You're so incredible. Like I'm already so excited to just kind of really jump into your story, of how did you become this dynamic
for some
woman?
reason, I can't hear you. Can you
Oh,
hear me?
I can hear you. There was a trick to this. Can you hear me right now? No.
Um, you're a little bit faint, like, so I barely hear you.
I
So
think
I don't know.
I can't remember. There's a trick to it. Oh geez. Where's my sis Kathleen when I need her? Because she knows how to fix this problem. Okay, can you hear me at all right now? No? Oh,
No,
geez.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
And
there's
that's the highest volume. And for a minute, I was hearing you until.
your phone went off.
But can you hear me? Do you want me to come out and come back in?
I don't, that might fix the problem. Yeah, let's do that while we have
Okay.
these technical difficulties. Y'all bear with us, okay? Stuff happens. I'm so excited to jump into Florence's story because, like, who goes from selling fashion to jumping into IT and then going right into food? And so I'm just really excited for her to share her story with you all. We're just pending her coming, hopping back on. Uh-oh. Okay, somebody just hopped back in. Let's see if this is her. There we go. There you are. Okay, how are we?
Okay, I think a little bit better.
Okay.
I can hear you perfectly.
Awesome, awesome. If you can put your phone on like airplane mode or do not disturb, it'll help with
Okay,
that.
let's see. Yeah.
Maybe do not disturb. Maybe not airplane mode. Might be do not disturb. Yeah, it's do not disturb. Hey everyone coming into the room. Welcome, welcome. Just bear with us just for a moment. We're having just a couple of technical issues. Yes, I'm good.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, okay,
Sorry about that,
awesome.
guys. I
No,
know, right?
yeah, awesome. We're back, we're live, we're rolling. Okay, great.
Okay.
So yeah, for everyone just joining in, welcome to Sips and Conversations. We're here with the amazing Florence, and she just gave us a background. Lovely lady coming from IT, actually from fashion to IT, and now we're in food. So let's kind of rewind it a little bit backwards. And I want
Okay.
to get your
I
story
know, right?
because um, originally you are from West
Nigeria.
Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're from Nigeria. So at what point did you decide, what part of Nigeria actually?
Nigeria, Lagos.
Oh, you're from Lagos. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
Lagos, Yoruba, is that right?
Yoruba.
Did I
That's
get it
correct.
right?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay, all my Nigerian brothers and sisters, y'all better be proud of me, okay?
I know you're doing
For
great.
getting that part right. Yeah. Okay, so at what point did you grow up in business? Like with your family, did they sell? Like at what point did you like what was your upbringing like? Like for you to be such a salesperson, how did you grow up?
Well, that's to be honest, that's going to be a very long story. But let me make it a little bit short. What I was
Okay.
born and raised in Lagos, right? And while I was growing up, my mom used to be a trader. So we have like there's something called like a supermarket, like you know what I mean? Like you sell different
Okay.
kind of things, varieties of items.
Mm-hmm.
At that particular point in time, my mom's shop is one of the biggest and top-notch store in that particular environment. So we grow up
Oh
seeing her
wow.
doing all, yes. So there's no way in that particular part of Lagos. that you will actually come in and you will ask for Florence mom, and nobody will, like they will literally take you to their store. So I grew up seeing that, and that's been part of me. And sometimes when I come back from school, my mom will like, Florence, please, we need, somebody's asking for this. Can we go ahead and get it? So I'm like, okay, I'm, so I just feel like, why are you pushing me to do all this all the time?
Right.
But it become part of
Yeah.
me. So I think that's where the genuineness, and like I don't really see the business as a job or as something stressful, because
Yeah.
most time people like, Florence, how do you do it? You're in IT, you have fashion business, you have food line. It all boils
Right.
down to passion. This is something I've grown to see,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's, so that's how the whole thing started.
Yeah. Okay. And so, when you decided to make the move to the States, were you like in your adulthood or kind of like teenage years? At what point of
Yeah,
that?
I think will I say I was at the age of, I came into this country like 1999.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
Wow.
been a while. So my
Yeah.
first day was, I came in, I was in Texas, then later on I moved down to Atlanta.
Wait, what part of
So
Texas?
I'm not a business person at all. I
Yeah.
don't even have time. I can't, I see my mom doing
Yeah.
that while we were young. I don't really see me
Yeah.
doing that at all.
Yeah.
But my husband, actually like, Florence, you can do that, and he keep pushing me like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I have all these, I know how I can explain things to you for you to see the very different perspective. So my husband see that potential in me and like, Florence, I
I
think you
love
can
it.
do that,
I love it.
and it helps me find out where I can get stuff, and that's how. But initially, I'm into career, like I'm a
Yeah.
career person. I'm
Yeah.
not really into business wise, but with time goes on, I develop that,
Yeah.
and the rest is story.
It's all history. Okay, so how did you jump into fashion? So how did Flow,
Okay.
yeah, Dan Flow Fashions, how was that like?
Okay. So that was a good question. And I say that because it's something that really is personal, and at the same time it's kind of emotional to me.
Okay.
And I never tell anyone until this moment. Okay. So I don't really know how to dress. I don't know how to, my husband, yeah, I know, right? So
Okay.
and when back then, like, maybe 20 years ago, I'm like, she has when I see other ladies, I look at them, they dress nice, everything is on point, the
Yeah.
color, the
Yeah.
hair.
Yeah.
I was like, God, I don't really know how to do this. I don't really know how to dress. I'm really like color blinded. I don't even know colors that goes together.
Wow.
So it become a problem. So I started going online, like,
Yeah.
I would just Google. Mostly my husband dressed me, right? He would dress me like, okay, Florence,
Wow.
you can't wear that. That's a jacket. You can't wear turtleneck and he
Yeah.
began to mentor me, begin to tell me this. And sometimes I would really get so upset, like, I know what I'm doing. So, what, sometimes we get frustrated, like, okay,
Yeah.
this is what I'm going to wear, and that's it. I'm like,
Right.
okay, but you look horrible. So I begin, and,
Well, first of
and that's
all,
why I say it's so emotional.
can I tell you, your husband is the star right now because
That's it.
not only
Yeah,
is he
absolutely. It is, to be honest. It
right?
is.
He currently
Mhm.
pushes you in all your businesses, but without him telling you, "Hey, look, man, you don't know how to dress. Let's get you together." Danflo Fashions would never have formed. It would not even be here today. I had to take a moment to just give homage to your husband. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, give it to him on that. So, and that's how it started. And I started going online, doing little research. Okay, if I have blue on, what can I use to complement? And I begin to have inspiration. And sometimes in church, technically they assign me to be um, um, the one to actually coordinate outfit. And I'm okay. what can we put together? So that inspiration comes in, and I begin to develop my skill.
Yeah.
I begin to advise people. And me, that was, I'm the least person to even advise anyone on colors or
Yeah.
what to wear. So I begin to like, okay, why can't you? So I begin to have confidence in me. Like, you know
Mm.
what? Even though the colors or the combination doesn't really make sense, I will rock it. I will rock that
Yes.
thing. So,
Yes.
so the boldness and and the courage came in, and that's where I started building and I started selling. And it got to a point I'm like, you know what, at this point in time, I have the way I want my clothing line to look like. I want it to be customized. Like, okay, wait a minute. You might have a specific style in your head, but you don't really know how to bring it out.
Right.
Talk to me. We can kind
Ooh.
of rub minds and, put things together, restructure,
Yeah.
and bring it live. And that's where the whole thing comes about. And
So how did you but like, how did you decide, like, my purpose in fashion is to help other people become more fashionable? Like, at what point did you say, no, I can help you, but hey, wait, this is a business, right? Like, when did that click for you?
it clicks when everybody depends on me. When
Mm,
everybody keep asking me, where did you get this? How
gotcha.
did and
Yeah.
that clicks right there. And
Yeah.
people keep coming over. I was giving out the information free.
Yeah.
I was advising freely,
Yeah.
but the concept came to me like, Florence, you know what, you can do business out of this, and I started coming up. Initially, back then, it wasn't really customized. I started bringing things from Switzerland, then in
Oh, wow.
Atlanta. Yes. Then back then, in Atlanta, is really we don't really have a lot of people that sells African clothes. So
Yeah.
most of them, I started with shoes, bags, and most of them are coming from Italy. Some
Wow.
of them are coming from Switzerland. Some of them were coming from Turkey. So I started bringing it in. That's where I started. Like, okay, they're coming and people are loving it. People are, can I get this color? And the whole thing start coming together.
Yeah.
Then I wasn't really doing it purposefully. I was just like, oh, okay, we do, we have business. We started doing it. But when I become, more passionate and more, intentional
Mm-hmm.
about my business is when I start having people coming to me, even though they're coming in to buy,
Yeah.
but they're coming in with their problem. I would
Yeah.
say, let me rephrase that back. They're coming in with things that bother them.
Yeah.
They're coming in with things that we talk about and they can't really share with any other person. And they will reach out to me, Florence, you know, she want to buy something. Like, let's say, for example, she reach out to me, Florence, can I have this dress? Oh, well, I don't really have much money. And then the whole conversation comes in and we begin to connect.
Yeah.
And when I'm like, don't worry about it. And the words of encouragement start coming in.
Mm.
Then that even made me to preach the gospel.
Yeah.
I'm a Christian and
Wow.
I preach, and that then the purpose of me doing my fashion business is I wasn't really like really getting hang on. I'm like, okay, I just making money.
Yeah.
But the whole thing clicks when I begin to share the word of God, and I got that revelation that you're doing my will. It's not
Man.
only that you're selling, but at the
Mm-hmm.
same time you're reaching out to people.
Yeah.
You can share their pain.
Yeah.
You can you bringing you interacting, and that make me feel. It's
Yeah.
not really more about the clothing anymore.
Yeah.
It's about the relationship and it's about the connection.
Okay, so you said so much right there, because purpose is something that I think a lot of people go searching for, right? Oh, what you sipping on, girl? What you got
Oh,
in the
you don't want to know
glass?
my body. Bitch,
What you sipping on, girl?
it's wine.
I
I
love
made
it.
this wine.
You made the wine. Is that gonna be, let's talk about, I'm gonna
You
come
want
back.
to know the secret?
Let's go.
You gotta do what you have to
You
do,
got what you
girl.
gotta do. Yes, that's some good fancy wine. All right. You're so funny. Okay, but yeah, like so, like people go searching for their purpose instead of, but like you're like, no, your purpose legitimately found you, and it found you through you just listening and not really knowing, but just trusting in whatever path you were on, right? And so I just love that story. That no, your fashion line is really about serving your community and just really spreading the gospel. So
Yeah.
I love that. That is so
Thank
amazing.
you.
So amazing. So now, yeah, so yeah, a little bit of comments. Okay, yeah, Larry Talk said, yeah, that's a
Thank
nice one.
you.
Yes, that's a great one. Yeah, you got a lot of comments in here. Oh, and speaking of the fashion, yeah, we've got more Morenke said, this is something that most women go through, the fear of not looking attractive anymore. Yeah. So you're really, even just right now, like, right, like you're speaking to so many people. So you're just a phenomenal person. So, all right. So we get the fashion line going. Meanwhile, how did you decide to jump into IT?
Okay, see, my story is totally, that's why sometimes people don't, people don't really know where you're coming from and what you've been through as a person.
Hmm.
And I'm not going to take too much of your time on that aspect. I came into IT. When I came into this country, I wanted to be a pharmacist, right?
Yeah.
And I was
Oh,
in
typical
Texas. I was,
African. Hey, look, doctor, lawyer, engineer, failure.
I know,
Typical
right?
African.
So
Yeah.
I wanted to be a pharmacist. That was my goal, right?
Yeah.
So I started, working with Walgreens as a pharmacy tech. I did
Oh,
the
nice.
certification. Yep. I was there in Texas working, thinking I'm gonna be a pharmacist, but
Yeah.
as God will have it, because I'm the first daughter and everybody depends on me, my parents, my younger ones, and everyone is looking up to me to really help them back home. So I decided, like, Florence, how will you survive, with you going to school for 6 years
Yeah.
and everyone need you to bring something in? So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, Florence, how will I do that with my age and 6 years in school? I don't think I'll be able to do that. So, well, I went back to school and I started studying, you know, like the prerequisite, like just take classes,
Yeah.
instead of not doing anything. So when I moved to Atlanta and my husband like, Florence, you gotta continue, going back to school. You can't
Yeah.
just give up. So I started. And everyone I talk to, everybody is in nursing. And I'm like,
Everybody.
nothing. Everybody that
Everybody.
was talking to, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong in nursing school, but I couldn't get anyone to,
Give
I
you
wasn't
anything
getting the,
else,
yeah,
right?
something different.
Yes.
So
Yes.
to be honest, I started, doing classes on nursing, and I finished all the prerequisites, right?
Wow.
I did everything,
Yeah.
but no school ever asked, then it was really hard for you to get into nursing school. I went to other states, they're all full booked. There's
Yeah.
nobody to kind of, accept anyone at this point in time. So you have to wait for the next year. I keep waiting. I'm like, the time is going. I need to, finish up. And so one of my like, Florence, you don't really have to do a nursing. There are other things. And my husband, like, Florence, I'm not getting involved with your nursing thing.
Yeah.
There are other things you can also do. And that's how I get started with IT. Like, okay, let me just do. So I did my IT and I have my concentration in project management. So that
Nice.
was my first degree. And that's how
Nice.
the IT came about.
Yeah.
And this year will be 8 years
Wow.
that I've been in IT. So I've
Wow.
worked with a lot of companies. I work with under they deal with parts, equipment, and things like that. So I was
Nice.
there for
Nice.
5 years,
Wow.
and after that, Farmers Furniture. So I was
Wow.
there, as a business intelligence analyst. I was helping them writing their report.
Yes.
I was doing that for over 2 years, and after that, another company I am because it was a contract. I really wanted to have that business intelligence analyst experience because there's a different tools that need to be used for you to complete those tasks. So
Okay.
I actually studied, my husband will help me out if I have, a couple of friends that were in IT. cliques. So we
Yeah.
kind of help each other. And I think one of my BFF is on the line, on
In the
the
room.
line as well. I always call her, hey, please, can you help me? We look at the query, we look at the code, and I really love doing that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it will be challenging, but
Yeah.
hey, because if you do what you love,
Yeah.
no matter the challenge, you're still gonna stick in there and do what you have to do. So
Yeah.
I started doing that, studying every night, putting my head, and in between those times, I still have my business going on.
Wow. Wow.
Yes,
And
so
so you're married. Do you have any kids?
I have three kids, 17, 14, and 12.
Wow. So you wait. You're a whole wife, a whole mom of three growing children, and you were doing IT at the exact same time at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah, that's what I was doing.
What pushed you, right? Like what I mean, then and now, but even then, right before Dan Flow Foods, and we're gonna hop into Dan Flow Foods here in a little bit because I'm so excited to talk about that. But what pushed you to really just keep that? That's a lot of energy, right? That's a lot of doing. So, what was your motivation?
People,
Mm, how
people,
so?
because even when you get to the point of giving up, you just have people backing you up, especially my husband.
Yeah,
It will keep, and then anytime when I fail, it's going to give me the right to go, like, really, Florence, I thought you can do better.
wow.
And I'll be so mad.
Yeah,
Like, you know what? I will do better.
yeah,
And
yeah.
friends, families, these people, I always tell people when you have good, I mean, they don't really have to really know you,
Hmm.
or if you have good people around you,
Yeah,
it really goes a long way.
yeah.
Of course, people are going to do whatever they want to do, but you have to stay focused and do what you're called to do.
Yeah, yeah. So your purpose
So,
really kept you pushing, and then
absolutely,
having a village around you, right? That was able to
absolutely,
support that
absolutely.
purpose. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's so it's so key. My sister and I were actually having a conversation today, and we were talking about how important energy and space is, right? Um, yeah, Ade said, well said, sis. Yeah, you said that
Thank
wonderfully.
you.
But yeah, and we're talking about how, environment is just so important into being able to really kind of grow to the next level because let's say you had the wrong people that were dragging you down. They're exerting all of your energy. How do you can't move, right? Because you're
Mm-mm,
anchored.
not at all.
Yeah, so it's just to have just an amazing village, I think is just so incredible. And the fact
Yeah,
that you're
it
so
really
thankful
goes
for
a long
them.
way.
Yeah, yeah. So now let's get into Dan Flow Foods, okay?
Okay.
Because so we have a lot of new people coming in. So if you can, for just kind of go through what is Dan Flow Foods and what inspired you to start that business.
Can you repeat that question again?
What is Dan Flow Foods and what inspired you to start that business? We've got a lot of people coming into the room that weren't here when you first started. So,
Okay. Well, down flow food it's not my idea. I'm just gonna be honest. It wasn't my idea.
okay.
It was God's idea.
Mm,
And I would say that anyway, it's not me when it comes to the full part of the business.
yeah.
It wasn't me because during the pandemic when people are dying, um the revelation came in, and I was like, why will people be dying, sick,
Yeah.
thousands of people, and I want to be selling clothes? No, I don't want to do that. So I stopped the business because a lot of people lost their life.
Yeah.
Just because I'm alive, of course, I won't put blame, just because people are dying and everything has to stop.
Hmm.
But to me personally, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't convinced to sell anything. So I was just doing my regular job, and
Yeah.
I was, looking, hearing the news. Sometimes I would feel bad, like,
Yeah.
it was really a sad moment when the business came in. So one day I was lying down on my bed, and Holy Spirit ministered to me that I had the idea, but I wasn't like, I mean, come on now, Florence, you're in IT, you have your fashion, you're busy, church and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
why do you want to add another thing? So I wasn't really feeling the idea at all. So it
Yeah.
wasn't really and that's the reason why it would be hard for me to jump here like, hey, I got the idea of the
Yeah.
concept.
Yeah.
Even to the color, the Lord gave me the color, the name, everything.
Wow.
It was a long story, but all I can just tell you that it wasn't, that flow food was not my idea. It wasn't my intention. My intention, the concept came in because I like to eat a lot of snail. I like snail. So when I go to African store, I buy a lot of snail.
How do you prepare
And when
snail?
I go, yeah. So when I go to the store, I notice that a lot of, we're not really getting, the snail that we want. So
Yeah.
I'm like, so,
How do you prepare snail for anyone that's on here that doesn't?
well, the way you prepare snail is so easy.
Yeah.
So all you have to do, because the one I sell is already washed, is already clean, is already seasoning. So you don't
Oh,
have to
nice.
do nothing.
Wow. Okay.
All you have to do is put it in the water, put it in the stove,
Mm-hmm.
and cook.
Mm-hmm.
And cook. We can do all your um onions. You can put all your sauce.
Yeah.
You can put whatever you want to add to give it the taste.
Yeah.
Add it and cover it in the stove for like 20-30 minutes,
Okay.
and you cook it to the way, some people want it, little, like really soft.
Uh-huh.
Some people want it like, a little bit harder. So it depends on how you want your snail to taste, or, some people don't really like it to be a little bit hard, or, whatever to your own taste, you cook it, and
Sure.
that's how you cook that. And once you're
Okay.
able to boil that, then you take it out of the water.
Okay.
Then you can decide to grind your pepper, with onions, whatever you want to do,
Mm-hmm.
and you can put it another set of pots in the stove.
Mm-hmm.
You put your what's it called? You can use vegetable oil. You
Okay.
can use olive oil, and you know do it like a little, not too much oil. You
Uh-huh.
just put it in a clean um. You can use pot. You can use fry pan. You can, whatever you're comfortable with. And once you put all your pepper, onions, then if you want to add some little spice,
Yeah.
it's up to you.
Yeah.
Everybody's preferences are different. And you can go ahead and dump your snail in the pepper.
Mm.
And you stir that, and you can see and you test it. If it's
Mm-hmm.
okay, then, and that's it. It's so
Yeah.
easy. Nothing, yeah, no, nothing really much to that. But if you have any question how you want to prepare that, just send me DM,
Yeah.
and I can kind of type and document all that for you,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to go through that step by step.
Yeah. I might have to do a little a video on Nita's cuisine
Oh,
featuring
okay.
some of your
Yeah, maybe
snail.
we can, maybe one Saturday we
Yeah.
can,
We
you're
could
in
do
Atlanta,
it. Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. We gotta
Yeah.
meet
Oh,
up
okay. So we,
because
we need to we need to hang on and do something really
yes,
special.
yes, yes. No,
Thank you.
definitely. You know, we're gonna be on the books
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
So, okay, so you love eating snail, and I can understand why now because that sounds
Okay.
delicious. And so you decided to what? Just start. You're like, I want to share it
And I
with
decided
people.
like, okay, so when I had the revelation, like, okay, I need you to start that. And I decided to, like, okay, it was a struggle for me for like a week.
Yeah.
But then I got the conviction that, okay, I think, you know what? I couldn't have rest of mind. It kept coming to me. Like, I keep waving it off. It kept coming to me. So I talked to my husband, like, sweetheart, I think this is coming to me. Can I start?
Yeah.
Say, yes, if God is leading you, but I wasn't really convinced. I wanted to change the entire name because I don't really want anyone to associate me with food. Like, come on, like, that's not my thing. I want
Right.
something really classic, whatever. So I'm like, the only like, really, you better get in here and start what I asked you to do. So,
Hey.
you know,
Yeah.
so the color came in, then God gave me the color, like,
Yeah.
okay, do this. Then he asked me to do down flow food. Okay,
Mhm.
I listened. So we started and we started the registration process in the state of Georgia. So we are licensed. The company is licensed in the state of Georgia. So
Yeah.
we kind of started, and I started, doing my research, talking to people in Africa.
Yeah.
And one thing I do is every little thing I bring back home to the United States, that is what I eat. I don't sell what I can eat. So that's
I
where
love that.
I eat everything that I give out to people.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You just wanted to
and that's
bring
how
this
we
really
come
good,
about it.
authentic food back to the States because it is rough, right? Like I'm from Cameroon and like we've got very few stores that even sell like our palm oil.
Okay.
Like the Cameroonian palm oil is Meta palm oil, right? And that's like the Cameroonian one. And
Wow.
and so but you can only find it every blue moon. So the fact that you're like, no, I want to bring what my culture loves. I want to serve my people, right? In a whole, because we're in a foreign land, right? Like, I mean, I
Yeah,
grew up here
absolutely.
for most of my life, but I grew up on eating African foods, and
Oh, okay.
so yeah, that's what yeah. I mean, it's different from Nigerian food, right? But we eat like arrow and dole and like all of like the good dishes. But I've got to drive like an hour to get to
Hour.
an
Yeah.
African store, which your concepts of how you are selling your foods, let's get into that because we don't have to drive, y'all. Okay?
Yeah, you don't have to. So, well, that's something really special to me
Yeah,
because I begin to question how the structure of the business will look like.
yeah.
How can I do better? I'm not gonna sit down with this audience and I'm gonna tell you that, oh, everything is perfect.
Hmm.
No, everything wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get delay in some
Hmm.
shipment.
Yeah.
Sometimes, we have issues. So those are the behind the scene that you
Yeah.
can't really explain. You can't really say all this to client.
Right.
They just want to. So they has we have the own. We have my. I have my own challenge.
Yeah.
When it comes to the logistics. So my goal with my business is, you want all this African food, and sometimes you're tired. You don't want to drive.
An hour.
You don't want to, yeah, you don't want to drive anywhere. Just like one of our friends, her name is Ibile USA.
Hmm.
She cooks as well.
Yeah.
You can also DM her, she can cook and deliver to your doorstep as
Oh,
well. So
nice.
my idea was I really wanted the food to be delivered to people's, no driving
Yes.
involvement. So you're
Yes.
not driving.
Yes.
There's no need for you. Sometimes you're tired and you wanted to cook over the weekend,
Yep.
but you need those items, you
Yes.
know. So I try as much as possible to get it to your doorstep
Yeah.
in less than 2 days, in less than three
Wow.
days. But
Wow.
hey, sometimes we have challenges
Of
with
course.
UPS
Of
or
course.
USPS, or
Yes.
sometimes, we might have issues with some of the products. Maybe it didn't come in time
Yeah.
because most of the product comes in through custom.
Yeah.
So everything has to be inspected. Everything has to be inspected.
Yeah.
It's not just like you're bringing things, because we're licensed in the state of Georgia. So
Yep.
everything we bring in is inspected by the by the customs. So
Hmm.
to make sure that everything is safe,
Yeah.
so you stay with me when it comes to every of those African foods, and we sell a lot of things. We sell dry food, dry fish.
Yeah.
We sell a lot of things. I know you're not from Lagos or Nigerian part of it, so there's a lot of delicacy that you can, that we do offer, those particular products that you can buy
Yeah.
and you can just, put it in your freezer, and whenever you need those items, you can go ahead and grab it and
Yeah.
use it. So
Yeah.
you're not driving. Everything is to
Yes.
your doorstep.
Yes.
And it's easy. You can go to my website. You can click on the bio. The link is already in my bio. You can click on that
Yep.
and you can do all the shopping. We have over 90 products that you can
Wow.
actually. So, and the good part of it that I really love is the snacks part. Like, we have when I was growing up as a teenager,
Mm-hmm.
we have varieties of snacks. So these give me the opportunity to bring those snacks out to people. Like someone like, Florence, where did you get this from? Yes, I remember back then when we're
Yes.
growing up, those type of snacks. So I begin to start bringing it in so people can still remember those, you
Those
know,
days, the good old times.
why they, so that when I see people, people saying that to me, that give me joy. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I can bring it in, and it's fun, and it's, I really love that. When
Yeah.
people give me that, kudos, like, Florence, I really enjoy that snacks. It's
Yeah.
really nice. I
Yeah.
want my snail, I want my cow skin, I want this,
Oh,
and they're able to get it. That's my goal,
yes.
and I'm happy to provide that to
Okay.
everyone that cross my path, or they're able to order things from me.
Yeah. I know
So,
you sell cow skin, so we call it kanda. I don't know what you all call it.
what was that?
The cow skin.
Calcin. We call
Yes.
it calcin or pomo.
Okay, pomo. Okay, we call it
Mm-hmm.
kanda. And when I say that is like one of my favorite types of like meat. Like we have it in arrow. I think for you it's more of like what's efferoro?
A
Like a
vegetable that you
vegetable,
can,
yeah?
yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it might be similar maybe
It's
to
possible.
our arrow, but you put that cow skin in the arrow with stockfish and with oh my goodness, my
Oh
mouth is
Lord,
salivating. Oh my god.
you're
Oh my
making me
god.
hungry already.
Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, so like I just think your business concept is just so phenomenal. And so on top of your website, do you sell in any other platforms?
We are actually on Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
We sell on Etsy. We've
Okay.
served over 5,000 people on Etsy.
Y'all, what?
Yes,
5,000.
yes,
5K.
yes, 5,000. And you can see when you go on Etsy, when you type downflow food,
Yeah.
you see how like sell, you
Yeah.
see how many product, people have, and that's people. But when it comes to
The actual
the product,
yeah.
you might have one person ordering like 10 items, whatever.
Wow.
So
Wow.
so we sold over 5,000 plus. I think as
Wow.
of yesterday it was 5,300 orders. And I try my best. And according to what I said, I'm not going to sit down here and I'm telling you that everything is perfect.
Right.
Sometimes, UPS won't deliver on time.
Yeah.
Sometimes, so all that is okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
sometimes we have good reviews, sometimes we have bad. I'm not ashamed to say that.
But
So,
it's part of
but I
it.
try. I
Yeah.
try to meet people halfway. If
Yeah.
there's any error, if there's any issue, I try
Yeah.
because I treat people the way I want to be treated. I want
Yeah.
people to treat me.
Yeah.
I use that as my yardstick. So when I'm talking to you, or when you have issue with your order, I'm gonna, like, if it's me, how do you want people to treat you?
Yeah.
So when I have that in my mind, I treat people right,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know.
You're
So
just so phenomenal. And I know we had our initial conversation. I think how did we meet? We met here on Instagram and I
on
was
Instagram,
on a live and then I don't know you commented on something.
yes, I
And
think that's how we became a friend.
that's how we became right, like interweb friends. And then I was like, after a while, I was like, wait a minute, I need to have you on here. Like, do you want to, come on? And when we had our initial meeting we had like a Google Meet or something like that, your energy and your genuity, hopefully that's the real word. Okay, I don't have Google
Yeah.
right now in front of me. Okay. I make up words in my head. I'm like, is that a real word? Oh my gosh, where's the phone? I need to Google this. But Genuity was just so breathtaking, right? And just your humble spirit, because someone like you who's got, I mean, so much success, right? Like it's you have a lot to have over 5,300 people that have purchased from you in you've probably not been on Etsy for 3 years. I don't know what
2 years.
in two
I think
years
it's gonna be a year and some month.
right? Like off of one, that speaks volumes to what you're doing. And the thing that you said was, "Oh my gosh, you did such a great job describing these foods." like, how you come up with this. And I'm like, what a humble spirit, right? To even say, I don't know everything. And I think that's why a lot of us are just really drawn and attracted to you. So, with your business, like, where do you see yourself going, right? I mean, the sky's the limit, obviously,
Absolutely.
but where do you see Danforth
Well,
Foods?
to be honest, according to what I said initially, it wasn't my idea, it was
Mm-hmm.
God's idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm still going to lean on that aspect
Of
where
course.
the company is moving forward to.
Yeah.
But as an individual or as an owner,
Yeah.
I'm going to strive to serve my community.
Yeah.
I'm going to strive to be there for whoever wants to listen and be a friend. I'll be
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
And it's not only, I tell most people that I've talked to one way or the other, I always use the word, it's not really about the money.
Yeah.
That's a thing for me. Of course, you need the money to do the
Of
business, you
course.
need the money to do all the logistic and everything. But it's, to me personally, it's not about the money.
Yeah.
I like the money, I like
Yeah.
the business, don't get
Right.
me wrong, but it's not really the focus about the money. It's about the people.
Mm.
Sometimes you might come up to my DM. For the fact that you slide to my DM is an honor for me. I
Wow.
don't know you. I don't.
Wow.
To me, I'm, I don't. I'm short of words. So it's like it's so special. That's just me
Yeah.
personally. So even without you talking to me, you slide to my website and you order. I don't take that for granted because there are other people that say those things.
Yeah.
So you coming to me and supporting me, or if I do wrong and you reach out to me, hey, Florence, what I got, it wasn't enough. Oh my God, that alone, I can send you 15 bags of items and I
Wow.
will not take a dime from you
Wow.
because you were genuine.
Yeah.
You're not putting me down.
Yeah.
You're there. And
Yeah.
that's very key to me.
Yeah.
I accept feedback. If you tell me that, because that's the only way I can do better in what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yes.
Because if you don't tell me,
Yeah.
and I tell people it's just a food. So
Yeah.
why do we want to fight because
Yeah.
of food?
Right.
You're gonna use the bathroom and everything will be gone. But it's the relation. I'm just being honest.
You're serious.
It's the
Right. Right. Right.
relationship that goes a long way.
Yes. Yes.
It's the relationship.
Yeah.
Just because something went wrong, that doesn't make me a bad person.
Yeah.
It could be one issue or the other. Then come to me, then we resolve it.
Yeah.
And I'm not really, I don't really care if I have to say sorry a million times. It doesn't bother me
That's a humble.
because we're talking, we're having that relationship.
Yeah.
We can talk. It's the grace. It's not like you have, you know, for us to even talk right now is the grace of God.
Yeah.
So I don't take people for granted when it comes to supporting me or they're reaching out or we're talking, is a privilege.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
why would I, I would be grateful for that,
Yeah.
you
Wow.
know.
Yeah.
So
What
that's just
what do you think you've learned? I mean, out of this, it sounds like you the humbleness, your humility, right? Like that's something that's just embedded within you. Um, but what's like the biggest thing you've learned, right? Outside of community is important and outside of God is in control. Maybe that could
to
be
be
it.
honest.
Let me not take away all your options.
You see, Nancy, what I've learned, to be honest, I've learned to be patient.
Ooh.
Yeah,
How so? What do you mean by
patient.
that?
When I mean to be patient, it really comes in different dimensions. And one of the dimension, I'm going to give an example. Sometimes we might have a client, it will
Hmm.
call, oh, I ordered this, it hasn't arrived.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm going to feel bad personally, like, oh my God, I will check the order. Is there any reason why? Is it because sometimes let me use this opportunity to explain to what people don't really understand. So
Okay.
if we have 200 items in the store, right?
Hmm.
And one person came in and ordered 2 items. So that means we're down to 180 because it was 2 items.
Right.
And that week, we had someone that just came in like, okay, they order 120 items. So we're down to less than that. But we didn't plan that would go pretty quick.
Right.
So, and one thing I always tell my client, I don't stop whereby it's taking, you have, like, I want something fresh.
Yeah. Yep.
Like some of my dry fish, they sell out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like last week we had like 500 pieces, it's gone.
Wow.
But people don't really understand. Like, oh, I'm waiting forever. I understand. But because we didn't really plan, one people might order a whole 200 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So right there, if other people already ordered, then we're going to be backlog.
Right.
So right there, when people call, they upset, oh, you know, and that's where patience comes in.
Yeah.
I have to be patient because the customer doesn't really understand what is behind the scene.
Right.
So I have to learn how to be patient, you know, and try to put them in my shoe, or, you know, how to find something.
Yeah.
Then I will try to explain to them. And most of the time, people will understand, to be honest. And sometimes I assume that they're not going to understand, but they do.
Yeah.
But I will try and say it in a polite way. Sometimes if I'm familiar with you, I can kind of joke it up like, oh, please, you know, just so, you know.
Yeah.
But you understand, it's not like I'm trying to, you know, but I don't want you to feel like, you know, you're supposed to get your order, you're not getting on time. But that's not what my wish, but things comes up. But no, some people don't really care about that. They just want their goods. So I've learned how to be patient.
Yeah.
And also I've learned how to be consistent. And the same, yes. And I remember I mentioned that when we had a talk last time, that what I've learned in the course of my years of business is consistency. You have to show up.
Yes.
You have to show up no matter how it is.
What does being consistent do for your audience, right? For your customers? What does that do for them?
Well, based on my experience and based on what I've seen, is I'm here for you. I'm here to serve you.
Yeah.
You can I'm like your plug. Number one plug for your African snacks. For your African food. I'm here to serve you. Of course, I'm gonna get the money. But I'm here to serve you. I'm here to give you the best. There might be a couple of other here and there, but I will tell you, you will get 85% of me.
Yes.
Relationship, I'm here.
You're here. Yep.
You want to chat? I'm here.
Yep.
You want to hang out? I'm here.
Yeah.
You want to gist, right? I'm here for you. So I'm open. You know, you can reach out to me. And that's why when I have my live video, I always tell people I'm not a vendor that you cannot talk to. You can reach out to me. My phone number is on my package. My phone number is on my website. My phone number is on my link in the bio. So there's no reason why. You can text me. I don't care. I will answer you. And I'm gonna say, and it's just funny. I have one of my clients. He hasn't even buy anything from me. He just sent me a message like, she saw me on Facebook. I'm like, okay. Hi, how are you? Nice to have you. How can I help you? You know, business as usual. And like, okay, after the conversation, she said, well, she just moved to another state. I'm not going to say that because you never can tell. The person might be on the live video. So I'm like, okay. And after the conversation, he said, well, if we look at is a guy. So it's like, okay. After the conversation, he left. And later on, he texted me, can you help me? I'm like, okay, what kind of help? So he said, oh, it's looking for somebody, whatever, you know, a friend. I'm like, okay, you're looking for a friend? Give me 10 minutes. I hook him up.
Okay.
And it's like she was, and see, they don't have to get married or whatever, but at least, and I was a little bit skeptical, like, wow, you know, but I'm like, in life, there's always a reason why people reach out to you. There's always a reason, no
Yeah.
matter what. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I mean, if God say it is, let it, I just, okay, reach out to her if she wants. And she keeps
Wow.
feeling like, Florence, you are amazing. I'm like, I don't know you, but you reach out to me. There's always a reason why you reach out. We
Yeah.
don't know things in life, but you just have to push it. You just have to try your best and do what is right. You don't know, maybe in 15 years down the line, they're like, Florence, you made this apple. You don't know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know. And the other person start questioning. I'm like, I'm not gonna give you any information. I just know the reason why you call me. There has to be a reason why. But
Yeah.
I have no idea. But yeah, reach out to this person. If it's gonna work out, fine. But I begin to question myself, Florence, why do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. I just do what is best because one way or the other, you will get to know people.
Right. Right.
If they're friends, fine. So I'm like, there's so much behind just selling. There's so much behind just, oh, you have a product that you need to sell.
Yeah.
Behind the scene, most people don't really see that. And a lot of people that I've met that will become friends, that will become family. So that make me fulfilled as individual
Mm.
beyond the products. That's the
Wow.
reason I'm like, those are the things I've learned.
Yeah.
And when I say I'm really passionate with what I do,
Yeah.
everyone around me can testify that.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation, I will try my best.
Yeah.
I will try to bring the best out.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I mean, it's all about consistency and community for you, um, which is just absolutely phenomenal. So,
Yeah.
the Queen of Hearts. I got the pleasure of not just being on her radio show, but she also was able to grace, my show. And one
Oh,
thing that
okay.
she said was, she's based out of Dallas, and one thing she said was, in the end, all we have is the dash, right? On our tombstones. All we have is that dash from this year to
Hmm.
this year. And so it's all
Yeah.
about maximizing the middle. So as we kind of get ready to wrap up here, what is your middle? What do you want to maximize in your time here?
Can you
What do you want to
repeat
be
that
known
question
for?
again?
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Yes.
What do you want to be known for?
Well, that's a very good question. What I want to be known for is, and I actually get this from my husband as well.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, of course. Yep.
Okay.
Hmm.
My husband is a people's person, and I get to learn that from him.
Yeah.
And I'm bringing that to everyone that I have an encounter with in my life. I want you to know me for this. Like, okay, I'll be there in a
Yeah.
little way I can.
Yeah.
I'll be there. If you want to listen, I will listen to your situation. In any way I can be of help, I will be there.
Yeah.
So even when I'm gone, like, oh, and I met this lady. She was such a nice person.
Yeah.
She has touched me in many ways. And I'm going to give this for example. There was a client of mine, he usually buy things for me on SD. So one day she reached out to me that she wanted some item, but it didn't have much. And I'm okay, send me the list of what you need. For some reason, I told her, just pay me whenever you're ready.
Wow.
But later on, after a week, I said, you know what? Don't even worry about it because Holy Spirit is telling me to let it go. It's
Wow.
not, it didn't want to. I'm like, no, don't worry. So she felt that, she has to pay me. I'm like, don't worry about it. As long as I can make an impact,
Yeah.
that you will live with that for the rest of life. That being an impact in your life. One week, it might not be a lot,
Yeah.
it might
Yeah.
just be a little, that little, um, um, I'm trying to speak the right word that little relationship that we build right
Hmm.
there,
The little
it's going to go a
interaction.
long way.
Yeah. 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 And if not with her, then it's really you building your I don't want to say land, but your golly, now I can't think. The day is long. Oh my goodness, long days. I cannot think of words. But like you're really just like solidifying your spot. There we go in heaven, right? Because at the end of the day, for you, that's really what it's about, is serving God and doing his work here on earth. And so I love that, the fact that for you it's just like, no, I just want to be known to have been there for people. And
Mhm.
you've been just such a pleasure, and I can literally keep
Thank
you on
you.
for a whole nother hour, girl. But I don't want to monopolize your evening, but thank you
I know.
so much. This was just so filling. I mean, you filled my spirit when we had our brief conversation. And so I was just so excited just to, get on
Thank
here
you.
and be able to receive more of your light, because I need it. Okay. Um, so yeah, I look forward to continue to watch you grow. We do need to hook up, okay? And you can teach me how to make some
Okay,
snail
okay.
here. And yeah, so y'all follow, if you're not already, Danflo Foods, um,
Thank you.
right here on Instagram. I'm going to save this video, and so you all can go ahead and
Okay.
come back and do the replay. But you've been such a pleasure, and I look forward
Thank you.
to getting to
Thank
continue to
you.
chat with
Thank
you. All
you so
right.
much for having me. I'm really, really grateful, and I'm not taking that for granted. And if anyone have any questions, slide to my DM.
Yes.
And my name is Florence. Remember that. And I'm here to serve my community.
Yeah.
So if you have any question or concern, I'll be right there to answer your question. So thank you, guys. Thank you for having me, Nancy. I really appreciate
I
it.
appreciate
God
you.
bless you.
You
Thank you.
too.
And you have a wonderful night,
Bye,
okay?
honey. Yes. Bye. Thank you, guys. All right.